Now it's time for Agent Venom to get back into action by joining up with Captain America and the Secret Avengers team. Welcome to the Complete Story Series, where I take trade paperbacks and single issues and I break them down into digestible bites to help you understand. Then I read them dramatically back to you, all alterations to the panels, text, and images are to prevent copyright problems, and all art is owned by its respective companies. Now, at the end of our last video, Flash had teamed up with Red Hulk, X-23, and the newest Ghost Rider, Alejandro Jones, to take down Blackheart. After literally making a deal with the devil, the four of them managed to stop his plan of bringing hell on Earth. Now, with the threat taken care of, Flash has gone to join Captain America and the Secret Avengers team. It was a dark and stormy night as Hybrid jumps from building to building. The symbiote has bonded with Scott Washington, and Scott's done a good job at suppressing crime in his neighborhood because of it. But the demon will turn and become another spore. Through the rain, there's a man who manages to capture Hybrid, the man who helped spread the alien plague, the one who knows the cure. Eddie Brock stands above Hybrid, and he tells them, "You put up a good fight, but..." He unloads a clip into Hybrid's chest and he tells him, "You didn't deserve this." As Eddie walks off, he tells them, "None of them deserve this. But it's either them now or the entire planet later." Over at the Lighthouse space station, Beast tells Captain America how him and Hank were able to create a serum that will allow Flash to use the symbiote without risk of it permanently bonding to him. But as Venom is contained, Flash tells everyone that he does have enemies, and one day, he might need Venom in a hurry. Hank tells him not to worry, he's going to give him an emergency number, so when he calls it, he can send the suit through the phone with the help of Pym particles. Flash tells himself that he has to sell it like he doesn't even want the thing, and says that it's fine now that he has his prosthetic legs. It'll be nice to get rid of the damn thing for a little while. Captain America shakes Flash's hand and he tells him that he's glad that they can make this whole thing work. He knows that he won't let him down. You see, after everything that Flash has recently done, Captain America wanted to get Agent Venom under control, but he knew that he was trying to be a good guy, so this is their answer. Flash tells Captain America, of course, and Valkyrie nudges Flash, telling him that she'll send him back home. After they leave, Beast mentions that if Flash is lying, they're gonna have a big problem, and Hank adds that there's another issue. Do they tell Spider-Man? A few moments later, Flash is teleported back to his home, just in time to hear a knock on his door. Peter Parker's voice says he knows he's in there. The landlady says he hasn't left for days. Flash opens the door and tells him, "I'm sorry, I was just in the shower." And Peter walks in stating that it's funny he still has all of his clothes on and his hair isn't even wet. Peter looks around the apartment and says that Betty came by his place crying a few days ago. She said that Flash had broken up with her over the phone, and after a little digging, she also said that she contacted the VA to talk to his supervisor, and now no one has even heard from him. Flash tells him, "Look, after my father died, I got stone drunk and I stayed that way." Peter tells him, "Come on, let's get some fresh air then." While the two of them head out for coffee, the symbiote's scream swings through the city. Of course, after hearing about Hybrid, she had to check out a few things herself. She begins to follow a trail down into the sewers, and the trail leads straight to Eddie Brock, who has set up a trap. He drops from the pipes above, releasing a sonic grenade that stuns Scream. And while she's stunned, he pulls out a knife that's been sitting in burning coal. Over at the coffee shop, Flash and Peter discuss some of Flash's recent problems, mainly the one about him dragging Betty down with him. Flash tries to tell him that he knows, but he's got to tell him something very important, so he has to promise not to tell anyone else. Peter tells him of course, but before Flash can go on, his phone rings. As he looks at his phone, Flash tells Peter that it's his sister, and Peter says that he needs to go. A little while later, Flash heads over to his mother's house. Jessie says, "Look at him using legs," and Flash tells her that it's taking some getting used to, but on the road with a wheelchair is a hassle. He turns to his mother and he tells her that he's sorry that he had to leave right after the funeral, and she tells him that she's lived with a lying drunk for 46 years. But if he can't tell her the truth about what's going on with him, don't tell her anything. So if he wants to have a relationship with his mother, he needs to stop lying. Later, Flash heads home thinking to himself how, like before, he lied again. And it's only because she's still in danger from Crime Master. But as Flash opens the door to his apartment, he sees Betty looking at their old pictures. He tries to talk, but Betty tells him no. He doesn't get to talk, since he couldn't even break up with her face to face. She came here to say that the man that he is isn't enough for her, and they will never be getting back together again. She slams the door on her way out, and then Flash gets a phone call. "Hello, Dr. Pym. Yeah, I'm ready for work. Yeah, life at home is good." And seconds later, Flash is teleported away. Flash's mission had him escorting a prisoner to a new location, and the prisoner is the human Fly. Fly explains that he's done some bad things, he's a bad guy, but there's another thing that he has to tell him about. He goes on to state that a week before they caught him, he swiped a few $1 million from Kingpin. Flash says that if he's trying to bribe him, but Fly says no, he just wanted to tell him about his son. Fly continues explaining that Kingpin knows he took the money, and if he doesn't get it back, They're gonna kill his son Sam. Flash tells him to just give him the information and they'll get his son into protective services. Fly then tells him, fine, forget it, because that won't help. But in my belongings, there's a letter to my son. Can you at least get my son that letter? But before Flash can even answer, Agent Dalrymple comes in stating that he needs some signatures for the transfer. So Flash follows, and once they're alone, Dalrymple says they have a situation. HQ just reported that the Kingpin has put out a $10 million marker on the Fly. Flash tells him not to worry, they're randomizing their route. And Dalrymple stops, stating that finding them isn't the concern, it's the fact that one of their mandroids picked up the marker. So they need to secure them now. Flash walks back into the car holding Dalrymple, telling the mandroids that this agent accepted a bribe for their prisoner. So they need to secure him and move the Fly. As he goes to open the door, Fly asks, does he know what he's doing? And Flash tells him, keeping him safe. Then there's a struggle and the Hobgoblin kills the mandroid, stating, hi, I'm not Agent Dalrymple, I'm the Hobgoblin. Hobgoblin then tells Flash, my employer would like to offer you a contract to help me kill the Fly. Then we'll help you kill Crime Master and Jack-O-Lantern. Doesn't that sound appealing to you? Flash and Hobgoblin begin to struggle back and forth, and he tells Flash again that they want to give him $10 million. And Flash agrees. Fly shouts, fine, go ahead and kill me. Why don't you go ahead and help kill my son while you're at it? Flash holds his blade to Fly and he tells him, does it make you mad? Mad enough to spit? Fly asks, what the? Oh, I get it. And he spits all over Hobgoblin. Hobgoblin tells him that it was a good trick. He has a few of his own and he begins to throw bombs back at them. Flash charges forward, but as he gets closer, Hobgoblin begins screeching, pulling Venom off of Flash. Next, Hobgoblin strikes down his fiery sword and he asks, how does that feel? Flash turns around, webbing up his mouth, stating that he's about to feel better, and he throws the two of them out of the train. Hobgoblin starts to hit down on Flash enough to break away and leave Flash to fall to the ground below. Fly then tries to escape, but Hobgoblin jumps on him, telling him that it's bad form to be leaving in the middle of their party. Fly flips Hobgoblin over and spits acid on his arm, and then he sinks his teeth into Hobgoblin. He shouts, can the Kingpin hear me chewing through your assassin yet? Hobgoblin pulls out a knife and he stabs Fly to push him off, and then they both begin to hear something. From the overpass above, Flash drives a motorcycle off of the side, crashing it into the Hobgoblin, knocking him off the train. Flash then points his gun at Fly, and Fly says, you're gonna have to kill me to stop me. And then a voice calls out for help, and Flash sees a guard holding onto the side of the train. Fly tells him, go save him, let me save my son. I'll turn myself in once it's all over. Flash stops for a moment, and then he reaches out to grab the guard's hand. The Fly flies off, telling Flash, please deliver the letter that I left. And Flash heads back in and grabs the letter, opening it. And that's when Flash's eyes widen as he reads the words, I don't have a son. Now, this is a shorter Agent Venom video, I know that, but it is a bridging storyline. It's basically a little gap storyline that brings us to the next big storyline, which will be next week. So I hope you guys are enjoying this whole tale about Flash and how he deals with his life and how Betty and Spider-Man see him and treat him. I personally like most of this entire storyline from beginning to end. Anyway, don't forget to follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Comicstorian, and I'll see you next time right here.